Yo, this is fucked up.
What?
Get Colin Kaepernick a helicopter.
Yo, no, okay, no,
bro,
no,
niggas
no.
are wild.
I'm not talking about it, man. I can't.
It's been
I literally
couple of days.
I thought about it. I thought about it, and I was like, should we talk about that on the cast? And then there's just so much coverage about it already. I noticed I've started to really avoid all the coverage there is.
I can watch it now, but like the first couple of days, I was like trying to avoid it. And mind you, I'm a Lakers fan, and like my Twitter is filled with Laker fans. So that's literally all that was up there.
Yeah. I was surprised you ain't text me first. I actually was online and I saw I learned from Pops, straight up Pop collectors. Wow, really? I was looking at some shit and I saw somebody put RIP with a sad face, and I thought it was about like a fucking Funko Pop.
Yeah.
And then I went to go look at the post and it was taken down. Then something else popped up. Then there was a retweet of a retweet of a retweet that went up, and something said Kobe died, and I was like, huh? And so I went to look for it, and the only one that had a post was TMZ. And then everything else was just like, oh, Kobe Bryant fucking accomplishments. That's what you like. I've never seen people be so fucking wrong.
It was like that for a good half hour. Because the first thing I seen was TMZ.
Because nobody else was trying to confirm. TMZ was like on a fucking mountain. Is that? I'm pretty sure. Is that I see the helicopter license plate.
Wow.
How?
Because it's so hard to like want to give them credibility. But like you have to.
I mean, listen. I give them credit for fucking breaking the story.
That shit is crazy. Like
they said, you found out before the family found out.
Fucking what? Before the sheriffs even got to tell the family.
Like before the cops got there, it was on the internet. How? How did this, so I give
they just be planting niggas, yo.
And Cass is like, we have to really start thinking about the integrity of
journalism and shit, yep.
Because you should never find out that way. And I completely,
internet, yep.
I agree with that. At the same time, we know journalists live to break stories.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the fucking case,
yep.
What were you expecting?
I literally was like,
why wouldn't you be the first one on there? Like, I don't know if the family knows.
Yeah.
I mean, unless I'm the nigga that fucking
shit. I don't even know if the family's on there at that point.
That's what I'm saying.
Because we knew it was Kobe. It was like, who else?
Exactly. Now, if I'm the one that pushed the button for the helicopter to go down, all right. Yeah. Other than that, how would I know? I think I just saw it. Go tell somebody.
We were like in denial for like a good half hour just because it was only TMZ.
Dog, I saw it.
It was like, bro, Kobe? No way. What the fuck TMZ talking about?
The thing is, he's so young, so you ain't even.
He just retired 3 years ago.
This ain't no rapper shit.
Yeah,
with rapper shit, like even with Juice WRLD, I hit up Baby Mama #1, and because everybody thinks I got 7 of them out here. And I told her, I said, Juice WRLD died. And she was like, oh, that was like Jeremy's, because he really liked the Lucid Dreams. Yeah. Even though I ain't liking when he's saying that shit. Because when you got like a 7-year-old talk about fucking, it's to the point where I hate you. Yeah. And I can't tell you, so I can't. You're like, the fuck kind of emotions is in you, motherfucker?
Yep.
Take your ass back in the corner, motherfucker. And saying I'm dead.
That song was, that's one of them songs where it's like, you be happy singing that shit.
Yeah, and I'm gonna talk about that soon because ever since he passed away, which of course people go, why people love you after you dead? Because after you dead, they start looking into you.
Yep,
that's it. Because now I'm like looking at his freestyle videos and shit, and I'm like, oh, you was one of the young niggas who actually got talent, YB and Corday and shit.
A few of them popped up, but I never looked into them.
But they actually, some of these guys really are. They got talent and they really trying to rap and they really respecting the craft, and so it's nuts how much the whole mumble thing kind of ruined a lot of stuff because these guys are still having those images. It's only
that's just exactly what I was about to say because they come through with the little small dreads and they have the little fucking colorful whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. So you automatically see them, you be like, oh, they're just doing
talking about fentanyl and talking about Percocets and all this other stuff. So they have the image and then you see them go on flex and you like,
oh, this nigga could spit.
like oh, you really rapping. Meanwhile, with Juice WRLD, he was doing a lot of singing more, so it was weirder to find out oh wow, you really can rap. He don't lock in like fucking you see like when like Childish Gambino lock in. We on a tangent right now, but fuck it.
Yeah.
But you see when Childish Gambino, he'll be like, all right, okay, yeah, okay, and then he'll start rapping a little bit, and then you'll see his heat up. Whereas like Juice WRLD, he don't care if you hear the first like 15 or 20 just be bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm all on your bitch. Yeah. Your bitch in the, you know what I'm saying? Like he don't mind doing that. So at first you'll think he can't spit till you listen to him 7 minutes fucking later. Like, oh damn. Like, all right, man. But yeah, I remember when I found out he died, and I told her, she was like, well, at least he died from like a seizure or something, and it wasn't like drugs or nothing. You know, and I was like, well, yeah, because that's usually what these young rappers die from. She's like, oh, I ain't know that. And I'm like, I don't know how you that dang blind to like, the fuck? Like, most of these guys, aside from XXX, who got shot, all these guys are dying from drug overdoses. Yep. Every single one of them. Him, Mac Miller, fucking Lil Peep. You know, like, all these guys are dying from drug overdoses. But at the same time, there's something in the back of my head that was like, I feel like it's a drug overdose. And then, because they said seizure. It's like, well, unless he had a pre-existing condition.
Yeah.
And then once the whole, well, he popped like 8 or what he thought he could take. I'm like, dog, why was that even like your option? Like,
because allegedly, and I'm gonna say allegedly, the pilot called in to have the police ready for when they landed.
But you still
because they had drugs.
You're still supposed to have a fucking so the pilot was a snitch.
Yeah.
But even still, you're supposed to have a fall guy. Everybody know that shit. You're supposed to have a nigga who be like, that's mine. And if it's not, if you ready to dispose of them, like, first of all, nigga, you got money. You got money. Like, you had hundreds of thousands of dollars of weed on that plane.
Yep. For
you to have to take 8 pills, nigga, I'd have chucked them shits.
Yep.
They would have been sitting there like, oh, we found this.
Nigga, you don't got a toilet?
Yeah, but even if it's in the toilet, fine. You could have maybe found it on a plane. I don't know. I would have done something like, the first thing I would have done was chuck that shit as far as I fucking could have, you know, in any capacity. And then if they find it, it's like, nigga, you ain't got no proof that motherfucking fucking codeine or whatever that was in the grass was mine. Like, you don't know that. Fuck, it ain't my fault some farmer out here trying to get his plants tall than a motherfucker, high as hell. like you don't know this is mine. Yeah. You know, so, and then of course now, you know, it came out and, you know, we found out it was a drug overdose. But with Kobe, you know, first of all, he's an athlete. So we're not thinking, it ain't like Dennis Rodman, like, damn, what took Dennis Rodman out? Like, you know, even though Dennis Rodman pretty clean now, just think, you know, his reputation, what it is. Kobe's, what, 41?
41.
Yeah, 41. You know, and
41, freshly retired.
Pretty much, he only been retired, what, 2-3 years?
Yep, 2-3 years.
Just won an Oscar last year.
Just won an Oscar.
You know,
fucking, he was molding his daughter to be the female version of him.
Yeah. So it's just like when you hear that, you like, nah, I gotta check it, because, you know, there's a lot of celebrities who die every day.
Yeah, you pretty much become numb to a celebrity death.
Yeah,
but I think it's because the drug overdosing thing has just become the norm. Yeah. So you're kind of like, okay, we know they were on drugs. It was, you know, whatever, we get it. But like, yeah. Kobe, it was just like, bro, he died how? Helicopter crash?
Well, that's just, oh man, and so that's part of why I didn't want to talk about it. I if I talk about it, I want to talk about stuff around it. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Because we get it that, like, you know, first of all, when they said him and then they said originally they said it was 4 others. I was like, something's up, because they're only saying 4 others and not telling us more. Yeah. And then, you know, come to find out, you know, it's like 2 hours later, you find out his daughter was there. And that was like the fucking kick to the gonads after fucking getting the uppercut to the face. Yeah. And so that made it. But then what got me is that the way that people were covering it, the fact that you started to see like a lot of news stories, like even the lady with the knacker shit. Like, you could tell that she just don't care about sports. So it's an honest mistake in one way or another, because she's trying to act like I know what I'm talking about until she got corrected. And for all you know, it could have been the teleprompter. Somebody could, whoever the fuck was writing that shit could have been putting Knicks, and then it was like, that's not it. Like, you know, and she, you know, so the fact that Cass was like, yo, fire her, this and that, like, I'm down with the jokes of firing her and shit. But in the first 3 or 4 times I heard it, I was like, yeah, she did say that shit.
You hear what you want to hear, essentially.
Yeah. Well, right now I noticed that because then after, we had I'm gonna call it Peeps. We had Peeps on there defending the fuck out of it, and she was just like, "That's not what she said." Knacker, I'm Team Knacker. And so then I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna listen to this as closely as I'm gonna listen to this like I'm listening to a song I just made, and I want to hear the phonic of what the word was that you said. And I heard it. It said knacker. Yeah. However, when you say that shit fast, nagger. And that lady did not have an accent. Yeah. So, but yeah, it was bad. It was bad because there are some people who will not.
And it's just so fucking bad time. Like, such bad timing.
It's trash timing.
Like, the world is up in arms. Like, bro, we just lost Kobe.
It's just a bad slip. And the thing is, people say it's a slip of the tongue, but it wasn't. It's just, it's a regular, I can't remember what they call it, but it's when you just happen to skirt your word.
Yeah, because if it's a nigga, if it's me on there reporting that, I know that because I know sports, so I'm not gonna fuck that up.
Yeah, you can
like tell. You can literally just know
right now.
That is just like, we don't know shit about this, but our job is to fucking
a lot of real suburban ass moms on there right now.
Just like, hey, only thing we know about Kobe was that he got in trouble.
Player.
He's a basketball player, and that he got in trouble a couple years ago. Yep.
And then that was the thing too, is that the very few people that came out talking about a guy that got away with rape is this.
I've literally been going back, and I don't like going back and forth.
Yeah,
I don't even like niggas could be like, yo, who's better, Biggie or Pac, and I'll be like, I don't care, because I don't like having that type of debate.
Yeah.
So
to me, I used to take part in that shit, and then I was like, these niggas really don't even rap close to the same. Like, they don't even talk about the same shit. Why is this an argument? Just because they was beefing?
They fucking were. Yeah. So
T.I. and Luda, this that makes sense. So Luda versus fucking Jadakiss. Why?
So this chick, she's a graphic designer chick too. She's cool as fuck. Damn, like, don't get me wrong, she's super cool.
Hear this shit. It's about you, bitch.
Nah, cause like I feel like if she heard this, she would still stand by whatever she feels, and I respect that.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. I mean, you have your opinion as long as you're not trying to act like mine is invalid.
She was one of the few that posted the whole Kobe being a rapist link, and another dude was trying to like have the conversation, and at first you could tell she felt some kind of way because when she posted it, mad people deleted her, and she was just like, "Oh, mad people deleted me because whatever." And so like this one dude was trying to have the conversation with her, but she was like giving her ass to kiss.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you were just complaining about people deleting you, so why?
But my thing is, he was acquitted. And two, there was nothing, like, I started watching, of course, now you watch the footage and shit, and they start going back to interviews about him and seeing him talk about, and there was actually a clip where he explained why he had the helicopter, which was even fucking sadder, because he said the reason he got the helicopter is because he wanted to spend more time with his kids and he didn't want to have to deal with like LA traffic and shit. Yeah. So it's even sadder when, of course, one of his kids ends up being part of the elevator, and, part of the helicopter incident, because it's almost
it was the norm for them to
my love for my child at the same time took my child away, even if it took me too. So I don't know it. But
I just wanted to finish this point. About the whole rape thing.
Yeah.
So I literally just yesterday, like days after we had the conversation, I sent her a post of that chick that was allegedly raped by Kobe.
Yep.
Of her freestyling about what happened.
Like rapping?
Fucking rapping.
Ain't no bitch rapping about no fucking shit that happened.
Exactly. And I told her, like, I was on some, like, I respect your views, because, she was just on some feminist, like, whatever the fuck. No disrespect to feminists, but whatever the fuck. And it was just like, bro, one, this is trash timing, because more niggas are mourning than more niggas aren't. You feel me? Like, then, you know, so it's like more niggas are sad about Kobe dying than more niggas are not sad about Kobe dying. Yeah. So it just tried Simon. So I sent her that, and she was just like, oh, I don't like this. And I'm like, yeah, like, that's the bitch that you were
repping hard for.
Yeah, like, she's out here freestyling, and at the D&A, there was more than one semen found in her underwear.
Yeah.
So it's like,
well, that's what.
Like, if you really want to get factual, niggas could get factual, bro. Like,
if you really want to, I'm going to the D&A.
Yeah, like nigga, like I was a teenager when that shit was happening. Yeah, like Kobe used to fucking leave court and then show up, fucking fly and show up to a game and show up in the second quarter and still drop 30. Nigga, you feel me? Like
we all know Kobe was being that case on the court. Goddamn it,
that nigga will literally show up, bro. Imagine going to court, fucking, and then showing up.
Middle
like
of the
you're
game.
you're coming from Denver to LA.
Rip the pants off.
Fucking 2 different times, and then you come in the second quarter and you just, bro, like, nigga, that was my teenage years. Like, you're not gonna fucking sit here, like, I can't tell you what exactly happened that day.
Even watching interviews about Kobe when he speaks and stuff, and I'm not gonna say that like you automatically know who's a rapist or who's not by demeanor or anything like that, but you're talking about rape. I feel like you don't automatically know who's and I do understand that molestation and rape can go hand in hand. It'd be all inappropriate, but I understand molestation and rape can go hand in dick. Now I'm playing. But
niggas out here.
Barely canceled. Just start shouting that shit out every time. Barely canceled. No, I get that they can go hand in hand, but I feel like the people who usually end up molesting or stuff, especially when it comes to kids and stuff like that, they don't have such a casual nature. Like, there's a certain demeanor where you're like, I could almost see that. Yeah. You know, now maybe they don't have to be 1,000% antisocial or something like that, but there's something about them that you can see. This ain't.
It's a nigga that don't get it, that fucking needs it and feels the urge to fucking manipulate somebody who's.
I mean, sometimes shit. It'd be the babysitter. There's a lot of times it's the stepdad. There's a lot of times it's So I don't even know. I would say it's somebody that needs it, but there's a certainness to it where it's not so completely unbelievable that somebody did something, maybe from actions they did or ways they speak or all this other shit. There was nothing about Kobe that just seemed like, oh yeah, like, you know, like I've never heard Kobe just having a conversation about the bitches and being like, man, these hoes ain't just.
And I mean, look, and I said it too. I'm like, yo, if you want to give the nigga shit for cheating, sure, go have at it. But you're not about to fucking.
Even his statements about the fact where he was just like, oh,
it was consensual, and
I didn't. I mean, I ain't gonna say.
Bro, that nigga licked his lips fucking 23 times that whole interview with his wife right next to him, ashamed. Nigga, I remember that shit. That nigga was just there with his fucking just.
Well, there's a couple ways you can lick your lips, but I did.
Nah, nigga, that nigga was just like.
His lip just on
just on some, just like, like, nigga, I'm ashamed and I don't know what else to do, and I'm gonna just keep saying I'm sorry to my wife.
And I didn't get to find out his wife was bad until after this shit. So now I'm mad.
Oh yeah, his wife is bad. Vanessa's.
Well, you know what? Is a female that pointed it out to me. So I was like, oh, she was like, oh, she's gorgeous. I was like, what?
She's very pretty.
And then I was like, what is she mixed? And she was like, she's like Mexican and something else. I was like, yo, and I looked up at least multiple pictures. I was like, sometimes she looked dead ass white. Sometimes she looked Puerto Rican.
She's Mexican.
Sometimes
I don't know if she's mixed with anything else, but I know for sure she's Mexican.
She's not completely Mexican. That's what I saw. Know. But I was like, yo, she looking like We Are the World, goddammit. I was like, all right, yeah, she is bad. But then at the same time, you know, it was just wild. And then what disgusted me about a lot of it, now that I tagged on to your thing about the rape, is that I went on to Hulu the next day, and there was already a documentary about this shit on there. And I was like, how the fuck? Hold on, I gotta find this shit. Because it really was like, that's really what made me start going, all right, I'm good. Because the title of the documentary lets you know for a fact this is about his, this is post his death. Yeah. Like, it didn't even
Which is wild because you have to have the narrating And you gotta have all that shit. So it was like, how the fuck do you let that out?
It's a series.
But then somebody allegedly, well, I'm not gonna say somebody allegedly said. Somebody said that allegedly they have all of those planned for every celebrity. Like they already had it made or some shit.
Fuck out of here.
And I'm like, bro,
this
what?
Shit. I mean, I guess you could just change the title when it's time, but it literally said. First of all, it's a series, so that means it's multiple episodes. And 2, it's called Kobe Bryant: The Death of a Legend. And this was the next day. Yeah, so you're telling me that there's just now, mind you, there's only one episode right now, so I don't know how the fuck is a series. It's 42 minutes, but
yeah, that's some sick shit.
It wasn't even 24 hours late. How?
That's some sick shit.
Oh, let's look deep into at that point you planning my shit.
Yep.
Nigga, you not my mom. You don't got no insurance off of this shit.
And you about to make all the money in the world off that shit.
But you just the death of a legend, because people want at this point.
Oh shit, he died. Click. Let's hurry up.
That's what I'm saying. Like. It's not even we gotta have integrity because the family found out from TMZ and shit. It's fuck that. Y'all niggas is hemorrhaging for clicks.
Yep.
Immediately, like I get the news. Usually when stuff like that happens, you catch the news kind of piling in on it. It trickles in. It's usually not as fast and as devastating as what the crash would of course cause. But even the news stations, you could see them trying their hardest to find validity in the story and like slowly just coming in a little bit like, oh, did you guys, I've never seen the news be so disjointed.
I watched the interview yesterday and I think it was,
reporting it wrong.
I want to say it was ABC. And they had an interview with Kobe's old pilot. And you could tell that they were just trying to get that nigga to just fucking put the blame onto something.
Bruh, the whole day Sunday they just kept putting somebody, anybody.
That shit, but but you need to it was literally like, okay, what does this mean? And they was talking about like the code. I think it was like it was like VF1 or some shit. It was like some pilot code shit. And he would tell her what it meant. And then she would literally say, okay, so it doesn't mean this. And then she would literally ask him another question, pretty much referring to it meaning what the fuck he just said it didn't mean. And I'm like, yo, you're trying to get an answer out of this nigga. And you could tell he's getting frustrated.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this interview is fucking 15 minutes too long.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally it. Just a pilot nigga, you could tell, he probably has, I don't know what the fuck he has.
She was just looking for what she could to
get a story.
Yeah,
to have something to break. Yeah, to have something to break. And I'm just like, bro, like.
Shit disgusting, bro.
You could tell she probably don't know shit about sports. So she's literally just like, oh, well, have you spoken to anybody? And he's like, yeah, well, I've spoken to like pilot friends and, we have our, our guesses on what might have happened, but like, the fuck I'm gonna share that with you for?
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, how was Kobe as a customer? Oh, well, I mean,
Nigga paid me, bitch. What the fuck?
Yeah, I knew he loved his daughters. I always used to hear his family in the back laughing and giggling and shit, and that was it. Like,
as they fucking should be.
Exactly. Like, you could just trying to get something to fucking just.
And then the sad part,
because let him be like, yo, Kobe a dick. Oh my God, the pilot said Kobe's a dick. Like, what the fuck?
Like, the way that sounded. And like, scandalous. And then to me, it's like, I get it, it's Kobe, so of course you're gonna focus and you're gonna fixate on Kobe Bryant, and you're gonna focus and you're gonna fixate on, his daughter. There was a coach on that helicopter, his wife, and their daughter, and that don't count the other 3 or 4 people that we somehow just don't know about. Yeah. Actually, we do know about them. All the names and pictures have come out. But nobody's really talking about them. That's a whole family gone. A husband, a wife.
Oh, wow. I didn't know the chick that accused him of rape went to jail for lying.
Exactly. But, God, I got away with rape. He's gone, baby. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Get the fuck out of here, man. And that's why I was like, man, I really almost didn't want to talk about it because I'm genuinely disgusted by the handling of a lot of the situation. I get that there's...
It was some dark, like, I think I might have just got really out of, like, the funk yesterday, where I was just like, bro.
Yeah.
But like yesterday, I watched a lot of like the tributes and a lot of people talking about them and shit.
See, yeah, I had to start avoiding that shit because I was like, I can't immerse myself in this.
I couldn't do it like the first couple of days.
They was fast as fuck with the shit. Grammys the night up. Yo. Okay, we tripping and joke. Okay,
that's understandable. You in the Staples Center. You almost have to fucking.
Yeah, I was like, they had his home, bro. Like
you almost have to. You have to make something happen, even if it's last minute.
But then after that, also, then it was like even every late night talk show had some tribute. You know, some even if they weren't prepared, they were trying to do something. Fucking Jimmy Kimmel somehow pulled in damn near every nigga that know Kobe and just had a whole episode about talking about Kobe. Yeah, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about that shit.
I didn't mind it too tough because Jimmy actually knows what the fuck he's talking about.
True, he's very much
even from you feel me? Like Jimmy knows what the fuck he's talking about. He'd be like, "Oh, you're in Game 5 right now." You'd be like, Jimmy, how the fuck you know that?
Yeah, you know, like, because Jimmy's a nerd though. Yo.
Yeah, like Jimmy, and I've seen Jimmy at the fucking Laker games, just being a fucking fourth row,
Jimmy
chilling.
Loves his sports and he loves his comic book shit. And he's a genuine nerd.
So like, you know, I don't mind it, but like, you know, and I know Kobe did a lot of media when he was doing his Dear Basketball.
Yeah.
He was doing a lot of media for that.
Yeah, they put Dear Basketball on YouTube for free.
Wow.
Like the day of or the day right after, they put it on YouTube so everybody could, you know, get exposure to it.
Oh, wow.
Because they said it was that good.
Yeah.
Stephen Colbert, you know, you could tell he's not a big sports guy. But, you know, of course, people around the show and so forth. But a lot of people don't know, and he spoke about it on his show from personal experience because when he was younger, he lost his family to a plane crash.
Oh, wow.
That was from faulty machinery and so forth. Yeah. And that was part of the reason why they started to create things like the black box to find out what happened wrong and so forth and so on in these machines. So, you know, I think he had lost his dad and like, you know, 2 siblings or like, you know what I'm saying? Like he, you know, he comes from tragedy. So though he wasn't going to speak on it in ways that he didn't know, he spoke about it in ways of being of relation, because he's one of the very few people who can really go like, I know what this is.
Yeah,
even
when I say every talk show, like I really couldn't just like chill and watch my shows for like 2 days. Yeah, because everybody talked about
it. The coverage is nearly unstoppable.
Yeah, like I swear that Monday was like I was just like fucking playing video games. Because I was just like, yo, like, that's the only way I'm going to fucking get away from, like, that. Because it was everywhere.
Yeah. No, it's like I said, man. And then, I think about the fact that a whole family, like, you know, not Kobe and his daughter, but a husband, a wife, and their child.
Yep.
So there's nobody to tell other than his parents if he had them.
Yep.
Or if he had another kid that just for some reason wasn't there that day. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That was a whole legacy potential.
Yep.
Like that. So, it's like, I understand why people fixate on the Kobe portion, but it's like, yo, there's so much to this that is disheartening, that is depressing, that is, you know, painful and so forth. And then, you know, even I started to think, I was watching John Campea. He was like, I guess one of his fans sent in a question, and they were just like, they had said something about the people, and then he was talking about how he thought about what it would be like if he just got a random call and found out that, like, say his mom and his sister died, or his dad and, you know, his wife died. Just 2, you know, close. You know, it doesn't mean 2 kids or, you know, both parents. Just something that was, you know, whatever. Even me, one of my baby mamas and one of my kids or something like that. Like, what would you know, how do you feel in that? What do you do in that?
Yeah.
You know, and then putting yourself in the shoes of Vanessa Bryant, and it's just like, you know, they didn't just lose, you know, a husband or a father. They lost, you know, a sibling, a daughter. You know, they lost, you know, their immediate family, their household, their caretaker. Like, when you label all the titles and, you know, all that stuff that really surrounds the situation, man, it's just like, oh, you just, damn, fuck. Like, expletive, man. Profanity, wow. Could you even try to bring? I remember one time when I was younger, I tried to think about what it'd feel like if my mom died, just to see, because I used to try to experiment with myself way too fucking much. I was really out here like fucking thinking I was fucking about to turn myself into a goddamn mutant or something like that. Fucking, let's see if I can withstand. Like, I was trashed. And I remember one time, I used to always try to bring myself like, mind over matter, see if I could take my brain somewhere to figure it out and do all this other shit. And I really tried to like put myself in a position of like almost tricking my brain into thinking that my mom had died to see what that emotion was. And it was one, because I used to do that shit all the time with multiple emotions.
Yeah.
Like a real fucking dweeb. And it was the one time that I had to stop myself in the middle. It was like, I can't do it. Because it felt like my brain was just being pulled apart in half. And
if I watch certain TV shows and they have scenes, sometimes I think about it and I get super sad. But
well, I'm preoccupied with death all the fucking time. Like I'm significantly obsessed with how much time I have here and what I can do with that time. And then what sucks is I don't know how much time it is. Yeah. So I don't know if I can do the shit that I want to do with that time. And so, you know what I'm saying? And because I'm preoccupied with that, like you said, like, so like I watch a movie and every time I see a death in a movie, other than like sometimes a horror movie, but every time I see like a death, I'll be watching Captain America, I could be watching fucking, a soldier movie, anything like that. I always end up being affected by watching that death because I'm like, that guy ain't here no more.
Yeah.
That's one of the few things that comes through my brain. Like it's I can watch it and not go there, but let them have like more than just like, yeah, if I watch Captain America and I want to think about it and I see him smack somebody off of shit with his shield, like, I'll think like, I won't think about it because it happened so fast in the way it happened.
Yeah.
But now thinking about it, because I just watched Winter Soldier last night, I'll be like, fuck, like, it always boils down to you don't know when it's going to happen. You don't know how it's going to happen. And seeing like the footage of the helicopter, because helicopters don't go down like planes. They don't go down where it's just like slow, gradual. It looks bad. Like no, they tailspin the whole fucking way down in full mayhem that doesn't look like you'll ever recover. So seeing that footage and then watching everything from that to the explosion to how it happened and stuff, and then seeing people sharing that shit. Oh, here goes the video. Here goes this and that. Like, it's not a sex tape. You don't think that was legit?
That was a video from Dubai. Something happened in Dubai. I know what video.
Actually, yeah. I mean, the flames and stuff do look similar. I will give you that. Yeah. I don't. Now that you actually say that, and that was a
because I seen the video too, and I was like, I watched it, and I was like,
well, the reason why I don't think it's legit is because they've shown what color, what his helicopter looked like.
Yeah. And
the helicopter in that footage is not the same color.
Yeah, it was some that footage was from something in Dubai.
But it's still not even paying. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know that, you're not paying attention to that. I only found out the color after.
If you're a nigga that's really just like out here and just like not really trying to get consumed into some shit, and you just see it and you like, damn.
And it was already a raw moment because it was like the same day. Yeah. It was like the next morning, I think, in fact, that I saw it.
Yo, I'm telling you, that's how bad it is. Niggas just want to be the first to do something. They will find a clip from any fucking where and be like, yo, this is it. And then everybody else will be like, yo, that was it. And,
this is it.
And they fucking. But anyways, Kobe is one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
Yeah. How you feel about the whole, I don't want to stick on it too much, but how you feel about the whole NBA logo thing of trying to take it from Billy West? Is his name Billy West?
Jerry West.
Jerry West, there you go.
Jerry West said he was with it. I was going to let you breathe, but.
You know what? Billy West is a person. Like, I think he's an actor, though. Like,
yeah, Jerry West even said, like, yo, like, I don't need... Because niggas got to realize that, like, Jerry West was like...
Why is the logo Jerry West?
I don't know.
Like, that's what I've been... Because then Cass was like, well, what does that mean? When Jordan dies? When this and that? I was like, no. Because...
Yo, Snoop said it. Snoop actually said it this morning, and it's perfect. Jordan is already his own fucking brand. Jordan has his logo on a sneaker that is everywhere.
Yep.
Jordan has his fucking logo on a shirt, on some shorts, every fucking wear, on book bags, every fucking wear. Like, bro, like I feel like a lot of the niggas that are in the NBA right now are more Kobe's, like they say, seeds or sons or whatever the fuck however the fuck. They're more of Kobe's DNA than Jordan's DNA. Because they were too young to watch Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
But even still.
But I feel like.
I think.
Go ahead.
It shouldn't become, like you said, or like Snoop said. Or like you said that Snoop said. Fucking Jordan is his own brand. He's got his own iconography. He's got his own fucking shit. But if Jordan's like what, 55 right now or some shit like that. If Jordan fucking dies on his deathbed, that don't mean change him the logo. Yeah. This is a tragedy. Yeah. This is dead ass a fucking horrible situation.
And I honestly
that could be deserving of that.
Knock on wood. If Jordan died, I don't think it'd be as big as Kobe dying.
I don't think it wouldn't be, but I think also part of the big part of Kobe is his youth. Yeah. At the end of the day, he's 41. Yeah. And it's the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if Jordan fucking is sitting over here and they're like, oh, what happened to Jordan? Well, Jordan got ate by fucking 15 sharks in the ocean. Yeah, I think it's going to be some big, you know, but if he dies on his deathbed, it's going to be big news and it's going to transcend and it's going to do it, but it's the way.
Yo, I don't think, I just don't think I've ever seen, like.
He got a lot more hate for his character than Kobe had.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. But I don't think in general I've ever seen this much craziness regarding, like, even I was even thinking back to like Michael Jackson and
no, listen, there's no death that matches Michael Jackson that wasn't like
But also social media wasn't what it was as crazy as it is now.
Yeah, social media was pretty much social media at that time. It just wasn't as tainted.
Okay. I don't think it was as tainted.
Because, you know, this is only like 4 or 5 years ago. We all had a Facebook. We all still had a Twitter. We all still had we was using it. We just wasn't having all this fake news out here and shit like that. We wasn't
Michael
having.
Jackson was definitely more than 4 or 5 years ago.
Michael Jackson?
Yeah. Michael Jackson was like.
There's no real explanation. It just says Jerry West is the basketball player seen on the logo. It's a symbol of honor for one of the greatest basketball players. Michael Jackson. When did Michael Jackson die?
I want to say it was like, 09, yeah.
2009. Oh, okay, so it was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, shit, motherfucker.
I knew it was 09. I don't think I've ever.
Whoopsie fucking daisy.
But
all right, for instance, like JFK, that stops and that chills fucking America.
Yeah.
And it affects the world maybe, but it stops and it chills America. Michael Jackson was the most famous man of all time in all history. More famous than Jesus.
Y'all still watch his concerts to this day, and I'm like, yo, that nigga was like alive.
And I don't know.
Like, that shit is crazy.
You know, the world stopped with that.
Yeah.
The moment it happened,
I felt like shit stopped with Kobe too.
A lot stopped with Kobe, but Michael Jackson, like Kobe, the world stopped, and within like a day or two, though more stuff was coming out and this and that, you kind of felt for certain people, and I get that you're closer to it than me. Yeah. You felt, you know, things starting. Not that things started to move and just go, but Michael Jackson, the world stopped for like a week. And I don't usually care about celebrity deaths. It's only recently that I kind of did that.
Yeah.
10 years ago, I definitely did not give a fuck if anybody died whatsoever. Like, if you was a celebrity, unless it was like a terrible story, that shit wasn't. I was like, okay, you know, what up? Michael Jackson. Even my sister, when she came in my room, she was sitting there. She was visibly, you know, shaken up, and she goes, "They said that Michael Jackson's a critical condition." I was taking a nap. I was like, all right, let me know. And I was back out. And then, like maybe an hour and a half later, you know, we get the news, and me and my sister was going out to eat somewhere and so forth and so on. And we sat there and we jammed out to Michael Jackson as they was playing it on the radio and things like that. But the world literally stopped, where right now, the whole Kobe thing in some way, and I think to your point, part of it is how social media is now, is like sensationalized. They tried to do that with Michael Jackson, but there was just so much. Like when you looked at the news footage, you got to see how it was rippling across the world. You got to see news coverage in Egypt. You got to see news coverage in fucking, China or Bucharest or wherever, because, Michael love all the names you can't pronounce and shit to perform at. In Russia, you got to see the street art. You got to see streets getting shut down, full, parades and people doing what. So that's why I say you see it more, because with Kobe, this has affected and changed a lot, and you could definitely feel it. But I still think it's a very, a basketball thing. It's very basketball-y. Whereas Michael Jackson, there was so much that just encompassed him. It wasn't just music. There was, I don't know if it's...
I think you're underestimating the effect that sports has on people as opposed to, I think you're, essentially, you're not purposely doing it, I'm sure. But when you're talking about, I think you're comparing the impact of music as opposed to sports.
Well, yeah. Well, when I said basketball, the reason why I said basketball is because, and maybe to clarify myself, is the way that basketball is as a sport is not just like an American thing. Like when I said JFK, we know that affects America. That stops America. Yeah. But with basketball, that's America. That's fucking, basketball is huge in China. Yeah. Basketball is huge in a lot of other countries. So it's still almost like when you're looking at like a geography map and you're just seeing the hot zones. Basketball still has a lot of zones. So I don't think it's not affecting the world. I just don't know if I would say it's affecting in the same way as Michael Jackson, because the world was cold for
I would only say straight. It's not, because if you wanted to compare, clearly Michael Jackson is bigger. Yeah, but Kobe is getting all of that.
Yeah.
As
he should.
I've seen areas of New York flooded with people celebrating Kobe, just like I did with Michael.
Yeah.
In LA, clearly, because Kobe made his stamp in LA. Yep. And so I've seen it, but I don't really want to necessarily compare.
That's what I was gonna say. After we got 2 or 3 minutes into it, I was like, I'm starting to feel sick. Stop comparing these niggas down.
But
fucking go back to getting canceled, nigga. Stop posting your babies for likes, alright?
But yeah, I do want to get off of this. Anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we're 50 minutes in on it, too.
R.I.P. Kobe.
Yeah, absolutely. What the fuck else happened other than that, man? I felt like there was at least 2 things that happened at least this week, and they weren't all bad.
Oh, Nicki, shit, we about to go straight from heart to some ratchet shit. How about that fucking... How about that fucking Nicki Minaj, Meek Mill, and whatever the fuck her husband name is shit?
All right, yeah, because there's a lot of stuff usually when it comes up, I'll be like, dog, save it for the cast, because I hate giving my